What's up, Stellar fans? I've got a couple good news things to share with you. See, I told you it's not all bad. And what do you think about the background? Pretty cool, isn't it? Got it as a gift from a huge supporter of the channel. Thank you, Ben. Binance is in trouble, so is Justin Sun's USDD. Let's start exploring the news. What's up, homies? It's good to see you all back on the block. Let's start it off with the heat map. Things are looking super green out there as China opens up their economy, which is a relief to markets across the globe. Oh boy, but Binance though, oh my gosh, crypto giant Binance bleeding assets, a report from Bloomberg. Binance has lost a total of 15% of its assets, or 12 billion in recent weeks. Holy crap. According to the popular business media outlet, despite CZ's repeated attempts to assure the public, what a liar, that the situation is stabilized, outflows have only continued to pile up. Now remember, Binance provided a proof of reserves, which is not an audit. It's not even close. A proof of reserves is this: I own X amount of crypto. It doesn't tell you if I'm burning through cash, making money. It doesn't tell you any of that. It just says what's in the bank account. You need more details to determine if a company is functioning well or not, don't you? But anyways, thus far, it seems as there is a soft run on Binance with no substantial media attention or market volatility. I think people are catching wind that CZ and Binance are full of crap. Now onto the Justin Sun saga. Yep, the two biggest losers in crypto are starting to go down, and we need this to happen for crypto to move forward without the bad actors. I've got USDD up on the screen, and you know those double Ds out there that we all like to talk about. Love that Kramer reference with the little Pornhub, don't you, everyone? Depegging. I want to show you something very interesting about USDD depegging. All right, so this move right here, okay, started when FTX fall happened. So we go from November 7th to today, okay? So basically we have 2 months worth of USDD being depegged from the dollar, all right? They should be at that dollar line right about here. 2 months time period. Now I want you to look at this. And right here you can see on June 12th, we're talking Celsius fallout. They were able to claw their way back just over a month after. So this recent contagion with FTX has hit USDD twice as long, which is super important because again, it has to do with redemptions not being pegged to the dollar. So those are the two bad things that we got to focus on when it comes to the bigger market picture. But now let's talk about a situation that I know it's bad. It's actually kind of good though for Stellar. Wire announces withdrawal limits as crypto firm navigates the winter. Wire's a big partner of Stellar. A lot of building going on between there. I've done quite a few videos about it. If you haven't seen it by now, hey, check the crypto playlist with Stellar. You'll see them all. Here's another one, though, that I wanted to share with you. Ledger support. Hey, Wire users, swapping and buying crypto via Wire has been paused in Ledger Live. For now, please consider alternative services like whoever they list right there. You're going to see more pressure put on Wire. As more companies out there, I've confirmed 4 of them so far, are pulling away from Wire and using other providers, which means the income, right, the revenue, the transactions and all that Wire has is going to become less and less and less as more people leave the space. That's bad news. The good news is, though, is it doesn't appear to be having effect on the price of XLM. We're going to look at this chart here a few more times today, but I want to get into a story that has to do with the goodness. All right. Lightment, here's another chart for you. You can see, remember the NFT market? We heard about just troubles in NFT. NFTs are going to nothing. Oh, total meltdown, Bored Ape Yacht Club, all that kind of crap, right? What about Lightment? You know, NFT marketplace on Stellar's chain? Look, they're holding their own. This is really, really good news. And in fact, I was just on Twitter hanging out a little bit, going over some of the artists that are posting some of their favorite works on there. They got some really cool, trippy things. Abstract art with a little bit of Sister Salvia twist to it. You guys get what I'm talking about. Maybe it's a little bit of DMT, not DMX, it's a DMT action as well. All right, but let's look at the chart and let's talk about the good stuff, okay? Important to see here, this last move, we went from the low 7s and broke through the 8. Yep, we're sitting right now at 8 cents. Okay, what I want you to think about is this right here. This purple arrow was CPI data. We have almost clawed our way back from the last CPI data report, of which then the Fed came out and dropped another hammer on the market and gave us even more nasty action regarding their rate hikes. super good to see here that Stellar is clawing their way back. Now let's do this. Let's pop it on over to the candlesticks and see what kind of action we got. This movement right here that you can see, this is the announcement of the official opening of the Chinese market. Now, estimates right now say that because they have opened their borders, right, that they're kind of being more of like a regular country, not a Rona restricted country, that you could easily see $1 trillion worth flow into global economies here very, very quickly. That is an awesome cash injection to markets, economies, tourism that has been completely lacking. Think of how big China is a company. Forget all the political crap, okay? Think of how big they are, the money they have, the control and all that. It's important to see that, yes, with them opening up the doors, there's more money flowing into places, right? Borders closed. Hey, maybe the world is getting more back to normal. Good stuff. So that's why you see this massive rally right here. All right, I've cleaned up the chart. We've made it to 1 month and we set the interval to 30 minutes for the candlesticks. What I want to show you is this. This is the movement associated with volume. Now look what happened, okay? It hit that 8 cent, it retracted, went to 7.9 and then went right back up to 8 and it's been holding at 8 ever since. This is really good stuff here because we want 8 cents to be the floor as we go into CPI data that's gonna be released at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time on January 12th. Like I said, the last time the data came out, it sent the market way, way down and it's good to see that we're starting to claw our way back. Now, there's obviously some great news, some relief with the price of XLM rallying, going from the low 7s now breaking that 8 cent mark. But the China thing is a double-edged sword. Yes, it's great that the Chinese economy is opening, but all of that cash printed fiat, because every country was doing that during the Rona, that printed fiat is going to make its way back into the global markets, not just that centralized Chinese market. The problem is companies out there have been raising what they're charging on products. Why? Because there's a lot of money floating around the system. But now that you have Chinese printed fiat going into the system, that means now you're going to mess up that whole supply and demand metric, meaning you're going to now increase demand, which is what the Fed has been trying to do lately, which is decrease demand. So the Chinese action, although be it good news right now, we have to be very, very careful that the Chinese economy opening up doesn't start increasing inflation again, right? We need to see that inflation come back down. Like I said, January 12th, 8:30 a.m., we're going to talk about it. You need to see inflation coming back down. What we don't want to see, though, is this happening where it starts leveling off and then popping on back up, because that means Jerome Powell and the Fed is going to go, whoa, 50 basis point hikes? No, we need to drop a 75. We need to get things under control. The last report we had came in at 7.1 and the target is 2.0. We are very far off from that. So yes, I'm super excited that the news with Wire, although be it bad for Wire, is not affecting the price of XLM, the NFT marketplace on Stellar. See, Charles, it's important to have an NFT marketplace because it's another way to have that ecosystem as a whole. So maybe you shouldn't have been so poo-poo about NFT, Charles. So it is good to see that Stellar is seeing some positive price action regarding this. But like I said, I am cautiously optimistic because the China thing is both a good thing and a bad thing. We also have earnings reports coming out with banks later this week, could spell some serious trouble, because if U.S. banks are in trouble, that is going to easily fill its way on over to the crypto markets. Now, more news breaks, of course, I'll be sure to share it with you. Until then, look at this video right here, specifically for you, tailored to the algorithms, deep crypto Web3 action the way you like it. Love the background, I certainly do. Thank you, Ben. As more news breaks, I'll be sure to share it with you. Until then, you cool cats, have a great rest of your day.